Hello and good evening. So tonight what we have here is a pre-release kit from the upcoming Jetburn set of UniVersus. Thanks to UVS Games for sending me this, as well as some other things. I will be doing one of my traditional box opening videos later in the week. Just if you're not familiar, when I do those, I usually try to highlight cards in the packs and talk about a card from each pack, and I just did a video where I was talking about a bunch of cards. So we're going to tackle this pre-release kit first. We're going to try to build a little sealed deck out of it, just as if you were going to your local pre-release. And just a reminder, those pre-releases start on November 10th. That is this coming Friday. They'll run throughout the ensuing week at different locations, and then the formal release of the Jetburn set is November 17th. So have a local game store, go ask them if they're holding a Jetburn pre-release. If they aren't, then, first of all, they can contact UVS Games to learn more about the game and maybe get set up and get the ball rolling. They have a really good sales and local store onboarding team there. I know a store near me just sort of showed up on the list of pre-releases without any of us players knowing about it or even talking to them. And this was just all UVS Games putting in some legwork, it seems like. We'll find out when we go there and talk to them. And also, you can go and check that pre-release list of upcoming pre-releases near you. You can, look by state, basically, is how it's arranged if you're in the US, or I assume province in Canada, or etc. And see if there's a pre-release for you to go to. So, links to all the relevant stuff in the description. The pre-release list, the store locator, which is on UGN. If you're totally new to the game and this is your first time seeing this show up at all, the UGN is sort of the organized play hub for UniVersus. That's where you sign up for events. That's where you get a store locator. That's where you can have an event locator in there. And there's also a loyalty shop. As you play an event, you'll get points. You can redeem the points for promos. And it's a pretty good rate. You don't have to play in a billion weeklies just to get one card. You can pretty much get one card for each weekly you attend, give or take, or every 2 weeklies or something like that, depending on what you want. It's a pretty good deal. So lots of links in the description. Check after that. But first things first, let's tackle this pre-release kit. And so this will contain 6 packs, as well as a additional, not a promo, but it'll be a special rarity character card, I believe, or either an XR, I think it has to be an XR character, I'm not sure, or a special alt art character card that are new to this set. So you're guaranteed to get something cool, and then you'll also get your 6 booster packs. The cards with this set have a new card frame, a new look. This will be my first time, holding, real Jetburn cards in person with this new frame. This will be a good chance to sort of admire those with just going through our 6 packs. And then we're going to try to build a sealed deck. And sealed deck rules in this game is a 40-card deck. You don't have to worry about symbols. Each pack has a character, so we'll have 6 characters to choose from. Plus, I guess if we get one as the bonus card, we'll have a chance to pick that as well. And so yeah, let's take a look at this. So, nice, comes in these nice pre-packaged boxes. So stores that are doing pre-releases, just give each player one of these. Very easy setup. And on the back here, there's a little fun fact that Jetburn is the 40th release for UVS. I can almost guarantee that's a Shane Duckworth factoid right there. I don't know too many other people at UVS Games that would really be counting that. But yeah, UVS has been around for a long time. This is the 40th set, so to say. Back originally they released in pairs, and that's why they started just calling them Set 1, Set 2. But this is the 6th My Hero Academia set. And, the first set under the, new UniVersus orange branding. So all UniVersus products will have this little orange band on it, including, the upcoming Trigon Stampede versus Cowboy Bebop Challenger decks. I puzzled the names there. And the Yu Hakusho Dog Tournament booster set coming later than that. But first, we have Jetburn, and people who played in the Undaunted Raid pre-releases will notice very quickly the sticker seals are gone. They were very difficult to remove. Instead, we have a nice tear tab here, so pretty happy about that. Let's just open this here. It's still got a little stickiness here, but this is way less painful than those other stickers were. Open this up. We have 6 booster packs, and let's see, we've got a nice little so this will scan you right into the UGN if this is your first event. It's right here. This will take you right there to sign up. And I want to get at this special card. So this is the new card back. Very nice looking. It's got good mix of sort of, it's a historical reference to the different colors that the game is using its card backs. And it is an XR Dobby 3. Because this guy's pretty cool. He will be one of the options for our sealed deck here. He probably needs to find a bunch of his support cards to be a real choice for this. We're just going to get him out of here and look at the foiling a little bit. If you're not familiar with extra rares, for commons, uncommons, and characters in this set, they are foiled when those cards otherwise would not be. Got a nice, I think they call this a lava foil. I'm not too big on card gamey terms, but very nice looking. Oh, so he's got a little bit of outline around him. Oh no, it's got like almost a, not really lightning, but some sort of pattern on him. It's not really a lava foil, so that's cool. We've got our 6 packs. Very good. We've got the orange band on all the packs as well. I believe I've heard we are no longer going with the tear tabs. I'm sure they're trying out different printers and what they can do with different printers, and this is, you know, possibly a better printer overall. Just, oh, this pack still opens pretty easy though, no problem. All right, let's see what we got. It's our first cards. All right, so this is our first common with the new card frame. Dragon Power. Multitasking. These all look pretty good. This is good card stock this time. All right, so the attacks, I think there was some concern looking at like online images that these would be, you know, kind of hard to read because, you know, on a computer screen the colors get very saturated. Even in this video, disregarding like the camera quality, it probably doesn't come through, but this is actually not hard to read at all. At least for me. You know, I don't have particularly any vision issues or accessibility or anything like that, but not really a problem for me. And one thing that they're doing, you can tell a card's rarity basically by the text box treatment. So commons will just have this simple little shine effect on here, and then uncommons will have a little pattern, irritated shrouded strike, and then rares will have a semi-transparent box. So here's our rare Bring It On. This might be worth running in our sealed deck. It's a little bit of extra discard. And Edge Shot is our character. So his abilities are kind of universally useful. So there's a high chance that ends up being our character, especially if we get some extra lurker style support. So I think what I'm gonna do, just to straight up here, we're gonna put cheap foundations here, spam foundations, and then our higher difficulty foundations, and then our attacks. And we'll maybe have a pile for some other cards somewhere, so that when we get to start building, we have a nice head start here. Let's get pack 2 here. And again, it's a new card back. These look pretty clean. A nice new card frame. As imagined. I wasn't one of the big haters. It's going to take some getting used to the keywords at the bottom, but even putting some lists together online, I've already started to get kind of used to it. All right, we have a lever mode. So if we open Gentle, we can play this. If we don't, we can still maybe play it. We probably won't. Oh, we have a regular Dobby this time. So if we play Dobby, we're certainly playing the shiny one. Let's be real here. But there we go. Oh, and this is a little bit more expensive. All right, we didn't get very many attacks in the first pack, so it's nice to get a decent list of options here out of the second. Oh, I'm seeing this thing at the top. Is this supposed to be terrible? I don't know if that's on every pack, but it was on this one, and that was kind of cool. There's a little, almost like a medicine pouch tear tab up there. Dance routine, that's a good one. Some bullets. Again, I'm not trying to process too much the individual cards. I'm kind of looking at my cards and not how well they're showing up on the video, which is probably incorrect. But Angry Yelling, Chivalrous, and a Gently Sandwich. It's another normal rare. Combo Slammo Endeavor 3. He's another kind of good universal option for Lapirius, because worst case scenario, you're putting 2 speed on everything, and if the game goes on long enough, then you're really, really What's the word for it? Well, your offense gets really good. It's very strong. Okay, I think that might have been just a one-pack thing. That little slip might have been an accident. Yeah, okay, that's fine. These do open very, very easily. I know it's hard to see, like, effort on a video, but it is not terribly hard to open these packs. And we have a Hawk's Feather, so if we get Hawks, we have at least one of them. I see what looks like the outline of an Ultra Rare in the back, so we'll get to see our first one of those. What's Dramatic Slash? So, you see, Ultra Rares are going to have this silver outline now, as well as the fade-in text box, so it's going to be very, very easy to identify what's a rare and an Ultra Rare, which has not necessarily been so easy before. And then the XR version, these are already foiled, but the XR version will get rid of the border entirely, and those should look really nice. This is not the most standalone, powerful Ultra Rare to be getting in our pool here, but it's a nice card nonetheless. And Kamui Woods. He needs a lot of like constructed stuff to sort of do his thing, so I don't think we're going to be going there, especially since we already opened Edge Shot. We're kind of between Edge Shot and Endeavor right now. Let's get our attacks in here. And cheap foundations, pricey foundations. Alright, 2 more packs. We have a couple usable characters, which is, you know, first and foremost, the big thing you're looking for out of a sealed pool is not to be stuck with a character that needs a lot of specific pieces that you didn't open. That's pretty unlikely to happen with this set. There's a lot of good generic characters for limited play, even if there's, you know, the occasional Kamui Woods or Dabi that want some specific things. Alright. Got some more. I think we've gotten a couple surprising skills. That's pretty good. And we have a Feather Sword Slash. Alright, more points for if we randomly open Hawks. We can go look at our feather count, and we have a Feather Sword Slash. We might be operational. There's Hawks! Alright. Alright, I don't know if we really want to build Hawks in sealed, but how many feathers do we have? Can we try this at all? Because if we can, it'll be like the rare Hawks sealed deck if we have like 2 feathers in here and the Sword Slash. Let's see. We have 1 feather. Just the 1 feather so far, so Hawks probably a no-go. Probably more of a draft strategy, but who knows? Maybe we open a feather and another Hawks card in here, and we're off to the races. Featherstorm, even without the feather, is still a nice 4/4 with a high block and a discard card for +3 damage. So we're still playing this card almost no matter what, even if we don't get the full synergy out of it. And heck, we might even play feather and still be able to just go tutor it up and have the card, right? Oh, here's another feather. Alright, so we'll give Hawks a look. I still don't think we're going to do it, but we're going to consider it. Fiber Capture, Cannon. Ooh, there's an extra rare Gently Sandwich. So we see, so unlike the XR Ultra Rares, which are 100% full art because of the sort of the Ultra Rare treatment, the rares, you still get the borderless look, but you have still like a little transparent text box. So, you know, again, it's very easy to tell what rarity you're looking at here. I think this is our second Gently Sandwich too, but this is an XR version. And then, ooh, a Dragon Strike. It's another universally useful card. Has good stats, lets you use momentum on stuff, has a Deadlock ability, flips foundations, and a second Edge Shot. So we got a couple duplicate characters here. Alright, the first order of business, we're going to get to building this deck straight away here. It's going to be figuring out exactly how much Hawks support we had. I think it's probably a no-go, just needing to find the damage. Do we have any of his foundations that go and find feathers? It doesn't look like it. No, okay. Alright, so we're not doing Hawks. We're probably doing either Endeavor or Edge Shot here. Assuming we didn't get a bunch of Dabi attacks, which maybe I should have made this camera a little lower. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We have 1 burn combo. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 2 burn combos. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we're not playing these guys. How do we decide between Endeavor and Edge Shot? I'm not really sure. This is hard to evaluate. They're both certainly really good just on face. I think for limited, the kinds of highly refined constructed decks that make 7 hand size kind of scary sometimes, like the aggro deck sort of high rolls you and you feel really rough with that health, aren't so much going to be around. Like obviously there's still characters like Endeavor that are going to be playing, putting a bunch of stats on their moves. Todoroki 4 in particular, if people find enough ranged attacks or whatever. But I think we should feel pretty safe to play the 7-hander. And if we have any review pieces at all, I think we have at least one number 7 pro hero. I think a lot of these extra review cards are at the higher rarities in this set. So this may be the one thing. We might be like just playing Edgeshot as a +1/+1 guy as a 7-hander, which is kind of still fine. Oh, we have a Canyon Cannon. That's pretty good. Do we have a second one? Can't be that lucky, right? Can't be that lucky. No. Oh, no, we have a Titan Cliff and a Canyon Cannon. Okay. All right, well, heck. Let's just do it. Let's just commit to Edgeshot. And our worst case scenario, the trick is you do need to hold a foundation, right, to review if you want to get your +1/+1 for the turn, but +1/+1 on everything versus +2 on everything, and eventually the +3 with the 7-hander. I think it'll work out. And we're here to see our cool new cards, so let's play the guy that's a 7-hander. As that says, so we build a 4-card deck. These can be any symbols we want. I'm thinking on the fly. I'm not quite sure how we're going to want to go about this exactly. So there's no Night Eye in this format like there was in the last format, so we don't necessarily need to, stretch our deck size out a little bit just for the sake of that. We will want to play some zeros. Probably these 3 for sure. Don't necessarily have to play more than that, but we can. Sort of just depends on... Right now I'm just going to take cards that are sort of universally relevant. That are like... These can be good. I really like No Remorse for this deck. If they're doing a bunch of attacking, you get that extra card in your hand to possibly review. So these... This card technically does something. Alright, these are keyword gated. We're probably not playing... Well, these are blank, right? If your rival has 2 or more sealed foundations, we're not realistically going to do that. Your attack with new abilities, I don't know if we didn't open very many of those, so we're probably not playing that. These we might play if we just want extra zeros, but we're not really doing anything with that theme, whereas, the Fury attack speed bonus and the ranged attack thing, especially this, if we have enough things with the keywords, we might play those. So we're going to put those up here as maybes. We're going to put these aside. I don't think we're playing Lover Mode for any reason here. And how many cheap foundations do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's currently set to be about 27.5% of our deck, which is fine. It's an acceptable number. I think we'd like to play one of these 2, if we can. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to go through, we're going to find cards that sort of always do something versus cards that need some specific things to be true, and set those aside. Rivals discarded a card this combat phase. Right, this has the seal on it. Damage reduction. We do have 2 of the Sealy cards. Some disruption. Committed to pay the cost of an ability we might not be doing. That always does something. That always does something. Some pretty good stat handling on our common foundations this time, which is nice to see. Some sets haven't really had that. Printed speed of 2 or less to our momentum. That's probably not happening. More elasticity, more zone changing, more they discard cards. This is not a 1A character, but I think, offhand, I don't know how much off-character card drawing there's going to be in this limited format, but we can probably play Bring It On anyway. Ready after something sealed? Probably not. Alright. So many foundations total does that give us? With a 40-card deck, you're probably looking at... Let's see, if you were to run 14 attacks, that's 35%, which, draft format, your decks are going to be a little less efficient. You might need more attacks to get the job done pretty much, even at higher risk. So I kind of like being 14 attacks, 26 foundations. in a 40 card list. So let's see how close we are to 26 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 7, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22. All right, so we're going to have to play 4 foundations out of, or maybe 3. Like we could play 15 attacks if we really want to be aggressive. But we're going to end up playing 4 of these that, you know, are not necessarily going to have text. So we'll probably play, I mean, we could play the zeros. Probably not going to play these 2 4s that don't necessarily have text. But we can bring the zeros back in and consider them. Even, you know, again, this is a 1/5/2 blocker that doesn't necessarily have text, but we can put that in the pile to consider. So we're going to want, what did I say, 3 or 4 of these? I'm going to recount these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 22. Yeah, so we're going to be wanting 4 of these 7 pretty much. And we'll figure that out after we look at our attacks and sort of scan our block zones. It looks to be pretty evenly mixed at a glance. We maybe would like some better mid or low blocks. We've got some okay high blocks in there. You know, and these don't give us too many opportunities for that, but we do have a +2 low and a +2 mid in this mix. Now, attacks is going to be the harder part because we've opened plenty of them, right? And what is definitely going in is Canyon Cannon and Titan Cliff because they work with our character. You know, normally you want to, you know, have some control over your difficulty curve here, but in a sealed format, you might just have to play tougher stuff just to get more stats because you're not gonna, you'll have this perfectly crafted attack line with all the stats you could want. Dramatic Slash does not have text in this deck. We do not have assets. Angry Yelling, 4 mid 5. Probably, let's see. Well, people have to tell me in the comments if it's really, really bad, the height that I'm holding these cards at. 'Cause I'm not quite sure if we need everyone to be reading all this text to make sense of what I'm saying, but Angry Yelling, kind of blank. I mean, 4 mid 4 if block draw 1's not that great. Fiber Capture has a nice block, pretty good stats. If they block with a non-attack card, which they'll be doing plenty of in this format. You've got some Momentum Hate, another use for Momentum, I think we're probably almost certainly playing these 4 and Frozen Slides like a maybe. Because the seal on block is not, they're not necessarily going to have bomb foundations for you to do anything with this, but it does have a big damage number on it. I'm going to assume we're not going to need it though. So we have 6 relatively high difficulty cards, so relative to, you know, if this was a 50 card deck, we'd have like 7 or 8 of those, which is kind of fine and not too abnormal. Maybe it's a little bit heavy, but we want to be kind of aggressive with drafting. So we have 3 ranged, a couple Furies in here, just in terms of our keyword things. So we can probably play Styling Bach and go with a straight phase without too much trouble. Here's a throw. Probably doing that. I don't think we're gonna do. I guess we're allowed to do some feather stuff. Like we might play 1 feather and 1 feather sword slash. I don't think we'll play both feathers. Gently Sandwich is combo slam. The combo enhances a nice damage bonus. Get some momentum, but I don't know if we're gonna have the slam density to be doing this. What else do we have? We have Feather Rush is kind of universally good. We have like 2. We have 2 burn combos. Irate Scowl. Kind of neat. That'll draw you a card with reasonable frequency. I don't think we're gonna play Summon No Moves. It's pretty specific. The Flash Attack has good synergy with Kamui. All right, the rest of these are all kind of playable. I won't back down. Block draw a card. I don't think we're gonna fit burn combo. I'm just thinking ahead. We're not gonna play all of these, but they're all pretty good. Rival has. We're probably not gonna satisfy that condition. It's just a 3 mid 5. These all have card draw or some sort of synergy. I don't... Yeah, so we have... So we're looking for 8 of these, and we have... Well, we could play these 8, we could filter in some feathers. We're almost certainly playing Feather Sword Slash no matter what, even if we don't play a feather to go get with it. I think we'd play the 1 feather, and maybe even this is our, like, 15th attack if we really want it to be. I don't really want it to be, though. And with Edge Shot, you know, this is going to be 2 damage, sometimes 3 damage. Kind of okay, actually, to have a feather in here. So I think we'll play these. We're playing the throw for sure. So then we pick 4 of these guys. Really like the flash move here. Our high blocks are probably comfortable enough that we don't need to run either of these for that reason. How's our attack zones? We have 1 low attack. That's it. Let's play Irate Scowl so we have another low attack in our deck anywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and then, you know, these all have ranged. Some of these have ranged as well. And if the feather has ranged. What was this one want? This one wanted to give speed to Furies. Do we have enough Furies to do that? Kinda. We have Titan Cliff, we have Binging Balls. I don't know if we're playing Irritated. We're probably playing Styling Bakugo. We only have 1 attack with no abilities. We have a few 2-speed moves. I don't know if we really want to be doing that. But we have... How many Commit 1 Foundations costs do we have? Is it just the Feather Sword Slash? I think so. I don't see a whole lot of stun on these cards. I'm just trying to think of how much stun might be in the set. I don't know if we're going to get to trigger Passion very much. It is a nice block. Alright. So let's see. I think we've established we're playing exactly 1 feather. We're playing 2 of these. I'll probably just want the one with the low block on it. Woohoop has to be your second move. That said, I don't know if we mind that. It's another big chunk of stats. I think we can skip on that. It's just really... Do we want the 2 low blocks? This can draw a card. It does have like this Deadlock Echo. Maybe that's the distinction here, because scaled games can certainly get into deadlock situations, and if you can have some good deadlock abilities, because besides that we have Dragon Strike, some extra foundation sniping basically, including with Dragon Strike. Pro Hero is kind of cool, but we're not like super dense on deadlocks that really win us the game, whereas an Echo can definitely do that. So I think we're going to go with I Won't Back Down here. Also for the card draw potential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, and then I said we're picking 4 of these. We're definitely picking the one that says ranged on it. And then we might just take these blank zeros and this blanked 1/5 with a +2 mid. Not quite blank. There's one card this will give. This will give 1 speed to. Yeah, it's powerful too, so who knows. But we only have 1 way to pay for this. We only have like 1 or 2 Fury cards. 2? 3 Fury cards we can give 2 speed -1 damage. Alright, maybe we'll play this. You know, the +2 speed can come in handy. Maybe we do this. We still play the mostly blank one flex just because the double mill's not going to be terribly pertinent unless something stacks the deck, and we already have 3 zeros, and 4 zeros should be just fine. Our black spread looks reasonable. Nothing jumps out as being like super mega missing. I don't know right now offhand like what the block spread of the common attacks in this set are or anything, but yeah, this should do it. And if we're gonna have a sideboard of any kind, I think we can, you know, this whole thing is going to be your sideboard in a pre-release situation, but the cards I would set aside as things that I might want to keep handy. Hula Hoop, Heroic Passion, I'd probably want to keep available because depending on if my opponent is like Hood or something of a million health, I might want the damage. If they're stunning me, I've got that. I don't know if any of these other ones, yeah, I don't know if I want the +2 check card, even if they are discarding cards on defense. But yeah, mostly these two. But as for our deck, you know, we are Edge Shot. It's a little tricky to play this character because you're trying to make sure that when all the smoke is cleared, you have something to review. And we didn't get any, number 23 Pro Hero, whatever Mount Lady is, to get us some extra reviews. And this Fearless Frog card, really going to be an emergencies only. We're not going to very often be able to afford to discard a card to change the zone, but having the option on the table can complicate things for your opponent for sure, especially if you want to block with Return of the King. And yeah, a bunch of foundation attacks. We have a couple nice damage bonuses and elasticity, a decent amount of damage reduction actually, which is nice for our low health character. We have some speed control here, so not too bad. Got you number 7 Pro Hero for the extra review. Yeah, this seems pretty good. You know, obviously I haven't seen, you know, a whole bunch of sealed decks in the format, but I'd feel pretty good going to my pre-release with this. And, you know, I suspect most of these pre-release kits you're going to be able to fashion into something that feels pretty reasonable. And definitely going to play in a bunch of pre-releases this upcoming week, and really going to get to try out this sealed format. So that'll do it for this video. You know, let me know what you think. If you think playing Edge Shot is crazy and you would have played Endeavor anyway. Any card choices that you really feel weird about, and just yeah, hope this was sort of interesting and like vaguely informative to help you at your pre-release, and look forward to the box opening video later this week, maybe with a news video sandwich in between there. But yeah, until then, good night.